am Bhagyalakshmi, Department of Mathematics, SNS College of Technology. Today we are going to discuss about the design thinking concept. So I am chosen in the topic of statistics and numerical methods. In this, we are going to discuss about testing of hypothesis. The testing of hypothesis, we can choose design thinking concept means any field we can choose. I choose a medical field. So based on that, design thinking means basically it is having 5 stages. The first one is empathy, design, define, ideate, and then prototype, test. So based on these 5 stages, how to apply in testing of hypothesis, we can discuss now. So first thing, we choose the medical field. So how to choose, we can expand in the, we can apply in the medical field. So first, please explain about the empathy.
I will go with the empathize.
Yes.
So empathize is nothing but we are understanding the problem from the people's side. So for example, when we take in the medical field, we could see through the point of doctors. So before doing a major or a minor surgery, they will, of course they will input some hypothesis. So at the moment, what the doctor will feel is, so do the patient really get the drugs inside them to do the surgery? So that's the issue faced here. So this is the empathize.
Okay, very good. So next we can go on to the ideate. So we can define the problem statement. Define, who is the?
I'm going to do define one.
Okay.
So we are going to find whether the new drug is more effective than the old one or not. For that we are using H0 and H1 hypothesis. H0 is null hypothesis and H1 is alternative hypothesis. So if the H1 is greater than H0, it is more effective than the older drug.
Okay, very good. So next we can, for this what we define for that problem, we can we can ideate some methods. So who is going to explain that idea? Yes.
So next part is ideate, just choosing the correct statistical approach. So here we are choosing the all possible methods and ideas before going to what ideas we have to consider as a conclusion. So these ideas include Z-test, T-test, pad comparison, control group versus treatment groups.
Okay.
So design thinking usually encourages selecting most appropriate idea for the problems based on the tests known as sample size, data type and study design.
Okay. So based on that, if it is large values, that is n greater than 30. So large samples are used means we can go for the large sample test, Z test we call it as. And then if it is a small test, small values only we choose, that is less than 30 means small sample test we can go for that is T test we can use. Okay, so based on that mean means we can go for these 2 tests. If it is we are comparing the variances means we can go for the F test. So based on the condition we can go for that particular method and we can calculate the test statistics. So after this, so who is going to tell about the test? Yes.
The prototype is conducting the hypothesis test.
Yes.
In this stage, the statistic test act as a prototype. First, the sample is collected, then the test statics is calculated, then the significance level is chosen. So this is similar to building a trial solution before the final.
Yes. Based on the test statistic, we can decide, we can continue with this experiment or not. We can decide in this stage only. So it is very, very important. Based on that, what we choose the method particular formula we are calculating here. Okay. So next to final stage. The final stage, please explain.
So the final stage of design thinking is test. So in this conclusion, we can decide that whether the H0 is accepted or rejected. So we can understand the statistical significance and impact in the practical roles. After that, if for example the new drug is need to be improved in our body, then the H0 is rejected. If the H0 condition is rejected only, the new drug will be improved in the patient's outcomes. After that, so based on the findings like increase in the sample size, after that medical field treatment diagnosis, then in the redesigning of the clinical trials, the drugs will be implemented. After that, it is used in the medical research and quality control, education and business for the customer satisfaction.
Okay, very good. So finally we got that we can decide whether the drug is new drug. If you are introducing the new drug, we can decide based on this test statistic. We can calculate like this and we can decide, coming to the conclusion, we can continue with this experiment or not. Okay, so thank you.